everyone. Welcome back to the Buffalo Futures Getting Ahead podcast, where we are centering youth voice to build a stronger support network for the youth in the community. I am your host, Leah Strong. Today we have my mama, y'all. My whole mama. I mean birth mother. So her name is Leah Perry Burton, and I just said her whole name. Y'all, you know, like, we can't ever say our mama's names, and so it's just mama all our lives. But Leah Perry Burton, she is a real estate agent with Town Housing Real Estate. We also will have our entire Buffalo Futures family here on the set today. Y'all ain't seen us all today. It's going to be real good vibes. Y'all really going to see like the in-depth real reality of us in the office and how the conversations flow. So let's get into it. We're going to be talking about family support and wraparound services today. Hey, mama.
Hello.
So how you doing today?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited.
I
It's like I get to interview you.
I'm excited too.
Okay. So like, tell us a little bit about yourself and the work that you do.
Ooh, what do I do now? So who am I? As you said, I'm your mother, Leah Perry Burton. I'm a mother of 6 children.
Period.
A wife and a real estate agent. I, just grew up in Niagara Falls. Still live in Niagara Falls, New York. I open up businesses. I've ran for city council. I've been active throughout our community, trying to be a help to anyone that needs help. Hoping to be resourceful to folks that's trying to do different things for their careers, for their families. Also I'm a member of Bethlehem Revival Temple, where I work as I help in the choir, the praise team. The social media. I do a little bit of everything. So
you do. You just be around. Okay, so we're talking about Buffalo Futures today, right? And it's like we help you 16 to 24 get into different career paths. And so one of the barriers is family support. And it's like having the family support to back you into getting into these different things, like as our different hopes and desires in this world. So did you have family support growing up? And if you did, like, what role did they play in your life?
Well, to share, I did have a child at a young age, and I did have a lot of family support in raising my son, and I'm so grateful for that. I took my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, his grandmother on his daddy's side, and his aunt on his dad's side. Mm-hmm. So I had a lot of family support when it came to raising my son. But when it came to, I was number 1 in Western New York for running 100-meter hurdles, but I did not have the support to help push me to that direction of going into college with sports, just exploring that. I did graduate from high school, did go to college, but not that support that said, okay, you can do it, like encouragement to push me further.
And so do you believe that like having more family support would have benefited you growing up, and like
Absolutely.
in which ways?
Just someone to encourage you, to keep you motivated, someone that saw more of you other than the situation that I was in, being a single parent at a young age.
That's good.
When you're a single parent at a young age, they kind of brush you to the side, like, now that's your life.
Right.
You're a mother. You have to work, take care of that child. But it doesn't end there, and I learned that, after, by the grace of God, when I turned my life around, accepting Christ as my Savior, the Lord taught me that it doesn't have to end there. To start, exploring my aspirations, not to give up. And he would put different ideas in my mind about, business, being an entrepreneur. And I started to, focus on doing those things. So it's by the grace of God. I wish I would have had some more help, because when you have someone that speaks life into you, sees the potential that you have in life, that notices your the skills that you have, that notices the different things that you, like I notice with each one of the kids, you have your own personalities, but you also have your different things that I notice that you're good at, and I'm like, okay, and so I try to encourage you to do that. And if I see that you want to do further in those certain things, I will say, listen, I'm here to help you, what you need me to do. If you have that type of support and someone that sees the greater purpose in your life, that does help.
Hi everyone, my name is Terrell Mason. I'm the Senior Director of Buffalo Futures. Just here to shout out one of our sponsors, Tech Buffalo. Tech Buffalo is a nonprofit organization that strives to create sustainable, inclusive, and accessible technology community here in West New York. By doing so, by improving our region's ability to attract, retain, and foster technology talent. We really want to thank them for their generosity and for donating into Buffalo Futures and helping us to continue this work. And so to find out more information about Tech Buffalo and some of the opportunities they have, please visit techbuffalo.org.
Yeah, that's good. So what, being that and like having very little support in like just your life, what advice would you give to those people who don't have family support and they're trying to find their aspirations in life?
Just whatever you find that you're passionate about, work towards it. I was passionate about being an entrepreneur. I wanted to, within myself, I always had that drive to want to open up a business. Or if I went to a business and I saw that it was an array, it was like, if I went to a fast food restaurant, it looked like just, it needs some work. The workers need to be dressed better. The atmosphere is bad. It's dirty. I'm like, they should hire me so I can come and, teach these people how to have good customer service, because for me, customer service is key for any business. And then the cleanliness and all of that. So I wanted to be that person, But I'm grateful I became a supervisor at a young age, at 24, and I was at the local hospital, Niagara Falls Memorial Medical Center, and I was a supervisor over women that were 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. And I did have my associate's degree, but no, actually, I didn't even have my associate's degree. I just had my high school diploma, and I was supervising older women, but because it was a maturity level that I had, but I did go back to college, and it took me, it took me 19 years to finish, just to get my associates.
Right.
And I know that kind of sounds crazy a little bit, but
you done had all of us.
I wanted, right, and I'm having kids in between, going to school, taking classes online, but I didn't want to give up. I tell people, don't give up. No matter what happens in life, if you just get back on, just get back up. See what you need to do to complete it and finish. And I always tell people, finish strong. Don't stop, no matter what hits you, in life, because life is going to happen. Things are going to take place. But after it happens, dust it off, just keep going forward.
Right.
Yeah.
So when, as you spoke on being an entrepreneur, what sacrifices did you have to make as an adult or as a teen so that you would grow professionally?
Sacrificing, well, like I said, I was a mom going back to school. I was a mom opening up the business. So sometimes, I would have to sacrifice, maybe saying, okay, kids, putting them in different programs so that I can be able to do the things I needed to do to, pursue these things. And I also stayed up late at night, online, doing my online courses. After I put everybody to bed,
or tried to. We was up while you was on that computer. Since you're not getting right. We was being kids just running around. You still got to tell us to sit down and on that computer. Oh my gosh, I'm literally having a whole vivid dream of I said vivid dream, a vivid memory of us on 56th Street.
Yeah.
And I was like, she was dead on that computer trying to work, and we was terrible.
Yeah.
Just running around. That is crazy.
No, true. That's how it was.
Yeah.
I pushed through it.
Yeah.
We pushed through it. We made it work. And
good.
Even then, I think I had to get a second job on that, living out there.
Oh, wow.
So you just do what you need to do. And I thank God that, your kids were, just good kids. You weren't bad kids at all. Always good in school and always... And, I wanted to be an example, too, that you don't just allow the different things in life that happens to stop you from pressing forward. So just that support would have been good, but don't let the things of life stop you, no matter what.
That's good. So can you speak on the importance to having, the work-life balance? How did you not get so overwhelmed or so stressed out? Or even if you did, how did you soothe yourself? Or you know what I mean? Or get back to your just... feeling good?
Let me think. It's I don't, you have those moments, but I don't think I had those moments to where I felt extremely overwhelmed.
Right.
If I did have a moment, I most likely just said, okay, just today, it'll work itself out. I'll deal with it tomorrow. Don't I only go as far as I could do. If I was exhausted for that evening, I'm like, listen, I'll deal with it tomorrow and try to get it done. But I don't believe I had an extreme stressed out moments. You know what I mean? By the grace of God, I think it was just more of, I think I was able to learn how to just step back for a moment and then pick it up when I can get my thoughts, in order.
So, what methods do you use to discipline yourself as an adult? Like, as you're trying to step into these new things, like you now a real estate agent, still with kids though, you know, you still got us. Absolutely. And then some at the house, even though we getting grown. But like, how do you discipline yourself as an adult? Like, to make sure you're staying on track and even like reaching your new professional goals that you have?
True. Well, I used to call it organized chaos because it'd be chaotic, but it would just somehow fall into place. So I think I'm still operating on that to some degree, but I do have this plan. I did bring my little planner, so I do use my planner. I do use my calendar on my cell phone. Yeah, because we always have the cell phone in our hands. I use my calendar and to keep me, and I guess focused. And it just kind of falls into place. And the one thing they say, how do I keep discipline? I have to stay fasting and praying. If I'm not doing that, that's my discipline. And I have to say, and I just shared this in Bible study last night, God is amazing because he orchestrates my day. I believe when I give him my first fruits in the morning, he orchestrates it. It's like I may have forgot I had a 3 o'clock and double booked myself. And then that 3 o'clock, one of the 3 o'clocks will call me and say, can we cancel? Or they'll text me and I'm like, you know what, that worked out perfect. Because I will
not just going off the grace of God.
I'm telling you, it is. It is.
That's insane.
No, it's not.
But it's good.
It's real. And it works. So it works for me anyway. So I'm just grateful for that. Yeah. Because that's how real he is. And that's how real that relationship is for me. That he orchestrates it for me.
I love him.
Out. For real.
He good.
Yeah.
Okay. So how would you have benefited from a program like Buffalo Futures? Meaning you said like you had a child early age, like trying to find out like how to navigate what next steps looked like for you. And since we are a youth workforce development program, like we help youth 16 to 24, like how would you have benefited from a program like this?
And it is a lost. To have that program is great because it's lost in their school systems. When I was growing up, and the school system, it did have, and then also social services did offer more support. Like I had my son at a young age, but they did allow us to, me to take him to daycare. They provided transportation. In my high school, where I went to LaSalle Senior, it's now torn down now in Niagara Falls, but I was able to stay in school as a mother, but they had different programs and different things available for us, and that was taken out of the school. So this program here, to me, helps replace that lost resource in the schools, because definitely you got to keep work. You have to work. Nothing in life is free. And so with this program, I definitely believe it's a benefit for what was taken away from when I was growing up.
Okay, so what challenges have you faced that made you step outside of your comfort zone?
Challenges that
yeah, and then how did it those challenges impact your personal development?
Okay, when I opened my business and I had to close within a year.
Wow.
So I opened up Yvonne's Bakery and Cafe. It was named after our grandmother, your great grandmother, and I can only stay open for a year due to financial situations and personal situations. But so I had to close those doors and I had to look back and I had to reflect, okay, what am I going to do next? Right. And of course that makes you kind of feel a little humiliated because all the naysayers already told you were going to fail. Okay, I failed. But, I didn't look at it as a failure. I started to look at it as a learning, learning process. Okay, this is the first business. Doesn't mean it's going to have to be my last one. Right. Learn from what you could have done better and just be more successful. Just take those same, take those things and apply it to your next business adventure. Right. So the next thing I did was become a real estate agent, and graciously, I've been in it for 9 years now. So I think I've learned from my mistakes.
Can you speak just a little bit as to what it would look like as a real estate agent for any of those youth? Because I know a lot of youth come into the office looking into real estate, and how would that look for them? Or even what would be the reason to pursue real estate or this trade?
Yeah, real estate can be a very tricky business. I loved like housing, looking at homes and stuff like that. That was like retail therapy for me.
Yeah.
Going to other people's homes and just, and showing and looking at the different
wanting to have. That's like, oh, this
yeah.
good. I could have this in my house.
Absolutely. That's how it is for me.
Y'all, she took me to a few houses and we went like daughter work day and it was good.
Yeah.
I was like, I need this in my house. This is something. I definitely don't want that. I don't know what they was doing over there. But when I tell you, a few of them houses was real good.
Yeah. So I would say in real estate, it is a good business to go into because you're an entrepreneur, but you want to start off dual career. That means you don't want to quit your day job because it takes time to build your clientele. It takes time to even get paid for doing the work. You put in a lot of work before you even receive any money. So you have to want to do this business because of the service. You have to want to do it mainly because you enjoy helping people. If you do it because you just want that quick money, then it may happen. Some people are very great at it, and they can really get, get clientele really quickly. But then there's some folks like myself. It took a minute, to build my reputation. And I believe when I went with one organization, and I promoted all the time, Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America, NACA, to help people that would usually not be approved to purchase a home, was able to buy a home. And that's what I learned. I really began to learn the business because to help a buyer and to help a seller is two different things. Also helping a person that's looking for an apartment, whatever, those are all different things. And then you have your commercial properties. So I was able to, so I would encourage anyone that you find your niche, find who you would like to work with, your buyers or a seller. You can do all of it. But it's good to be very knowledgeable when helping someone because they're relying on you. They're relying on your expertise. Yeah. So I would encourage anyone, it is a good business. Just know it takes time. Be patient. Just make sure you have good customer service, and word of mouth does help grow your business.
That's good. Okay, last question as we are wrapping up here. What traits do you see in like yourself that I have, and like what advice would you give me to excel in my career, in whatever career that may be?
I know, right? What I see, you're a go-getter.
You know that.
Yeah, you have a beautiful spirit, and never lose your smile, the joy in that you have. I see that. I see what I would encourage you, stay focused and don't ever let anything like dull your shine. Always stay believing in who you are, no matter what what anyone says to you, remember who you are and who you belong to. So that's what I would tell you.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome.
I love you.
I love you more.
That's my mama, y'all. That's my mama. I'm glad y'all was able to meet her because, we had so many episodes and it's like, what's your background? This one right here, up on the side. So we will see you in a short, quick second for the second segment. Just a little tongue twister. But we'll see you shortly with the Buffalo Futures team. These are my road dogs, y'all. I'll see you in a second. Bye.
Hi, my name is Leah Mason. I'm the Senior Director of Buffalo Futures. I'm here just to shout out one of our sponsors, Best Self Behavioral Health, which is actually the largest mental health, behavioral health agency here in West New York. With a host of programs ranging from adolescence to senior age, over 90 different programs in 70 locations. I just want to thank them for their generosity to Buffalo Futures, as well as to myself and the community. For more information, please see bestselfwny.org.
Hey everyone, we are back with the full team. Now you have officially met everybody, but I'm going to give you the rundown on how I know them, okay? So we're going to start with Jarrell, our senior director. He the leader, the real bold dog at the office. He say whatever, and whatever he say, go. I mean, like I'm a radio host or something. Jarrell is one of the funniest people in the office just because of how simply, he just be doing stuff, and we just like, what? What's that? What are you talking about? Real good. We got the best cook in the house right here. Tiara Parker, she is our senior success coach, y'all. Best cook. She's a mother in the office, always cleaning and wiping down something. And we just clean that. No, but need another scrub. And need another scrub. Yep. So, and the best cooking. So whenever she's in office, we just and she's like, yeah, I make salmon last night. And the thing we say, you ain't bring us none. It's an issue. It's because she don't never bring us none to the office ever. her. We got Nia in the house too. Nia Morris Warren. Married, period. A married babe. We all want to get like her, period. I mean, I said we, but I definitely want to get like Nia. Nia is one of our newest, but she's a success coach as well. We got Z, our newest peer mentor in the office. Quiet, calm, but I promise you she powerful. So it really never mattered, period.
Quiet storm.
Yeah,
Amen.
yeah. It's like a little tornado, but it get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But that's for the introductions. I want to start first with Jarrell. Can you just start us off and like what is the difference in all of our roles? So what would you first start with, like explaining your role as the senior director?
Okay. Well, as senior director and lead for the program, my role is to make sure I'm lining up the program for the win, which means recruitment, funding, collaborative partnerships, and then that spans all the work that you are helping me do. If I'm being honest, we all sometimes take a chunk of the same role, as a startup within our first 10 months. So us being very new, we're still building out all those things, but I think we found a good balance and a good group here to make sure we balance out everything that we're doing.
Good. Tiara, you want to take it away? Show us how that senior success coach role work.
So yeah, I mean, okay, I guess my role doesn't include mothering, but but as a senior success coach, I do community outreach. It's all about collaboration, making sure that we connect with the right training providers as well as the right employers for our youth. And then also what the outreach looks like when we are connecting with the youth, when they create the account. And then just overall, I oversee our peers. Yeah. So just making sure that we are all staying on task.
Period. Do you want to head on in, Nia?
I would say if Tiara is the senior success coach and she does all that, and she's like in that mom role, I would say I'm like auntie. So, I watch over the cousins, and I make sure y'all doing the right thing. And I also like make sure that I'm an advocate for the youth. I see what they need. I support them, and I make sure that they're getting to their success whatever way they need to.
Okay. Z, what you hitting for?
I'm a peer mentor. I focus mainly on marketing and social media, so making sure all of our podcasts go out on time, our Facebook posts, Instagram posts, stuff like that.
Period. So y'all know me as Leah, podcast host or whatever, but I am not just hosting like the podcast, but I help with community engagement and outreach as well. So let's get into it. Z, you are up first, Buki. So how can young people use their unique perspectives and experiences to make a positive impact in the world?
I would say speaking out. You have a voice, use it. Post on, we have so much technology now. There's AI, there's social media, just post about what you have to say, but also be mindful,
A piece at the end, be mindful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, Tiara, can you share a time? Can you share a time when you had to step into leadership role unexpectedly, and how did you handle it?
Okay. I'll start with personally first. So like you said, I've been here before. I mentioned I'm the second oldest of 8 children. It was just my mom. So it's kind of so they joke I'm the mom, but that's just naturally how I am.
Right.
Assisting my mother with my younger siblings. She had to go off to work, but we still got to eat. Clothes still got to get washed. We still got to get off to school. Homework still got to get done. Hair still got to get done. So just stepping into that role with just assisting my family, my siblings. So that's one. And then here at Buffalo Futures, first of all, our birthday coming up, y'all.
July 25th.
July 25th.
Period.
So my start date was July 5th. So I started 20 days before Buffalo Futures launched. And it was a whirlwind. hopping in and learning the website, making sure that it looks the way that it should look, making sure we are connected with the correct training providers as well as the employers, and doing that all in the span of 20 days. We rolled it out, and we're still going, and we're still looking to connect with training providers and employers in the Buffalo community to make sure that our youth are connected to what they're interested in, and we're still growing. So I would say those are the two main things that come to mind for hopping in.
So at another start, like what are some things, like as a team, do you feel like in your personal or professional life can hinder your own like personal growth or professional growth?
Can I jump in there?
Yeah.
First, my question is, what's on my face? You doing something? What?
You're doing something to me.
Okay, I thought she was telling me. I thought she was showing me something was on my face. Okay. So I would say I would start. I think when it comes to like the hindrance of professional growth for young people, is not seeing people that are representative of them, and not seeing folks that can understand and speak to them about their circumstances, not as like, oh my God, you're going through what, but you're going through that. How can we help you?
Right.
Handling them with pride and dignity, no matter what their circumstance is. So that can be a hindrance, as well as youth being kind of overlooked because they are young. So your mom said it earlier, being a young parent, a lot of housing and folks like that, they overlook the young parents and the young folks looking for housing because they feel like maybe they're not as serious, and that's problematic. So Buffalo Futures is set, and we will be tackling all those issues.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Does anybody else want to hit in like for their personal areas, like what can hinder your growth or like even help your growth?
I'm gonna speak on something Tiara said and say that I really think that self-confidence plays a role in it. If you don't believe in yourself, it's kind of hard to convince other people to.
Right.
So I think like you're your first cheerleader. Once you get that first push to keep going, like it'll carry you the rest of the way.
That's good.
You do it right.
And then we could be your second cheerleader. So,
Yeah.
So confidence definitely is key. But also just bouncing off of that is just being able to see yourself in spaces that you probably wouldn't have. So your environment, your surroundings can also be a hindrance as well. Sometimes when you have things in your mind and things that you want to do, and other people, might not see that for you, so then they're like, "Oh, you brand new. Oh, you think, you big time now.
Yeah.
Or you got you a degree. You got you a this. You hanging out with them." Where it's just like that's another person projecting onto you. So most people be like they're a hater or whatever the case may be, but they also have their own lack of self-confidence. So your environment can definitely hinder you. So yeah, I would just say a plug on our shows. Just connect with us. We'll be your second cheerleader because we gonna motivate you to be your first.
Oh, I like that a lot.
That's
I like that a lot.
right there. I can see him right now.
Yeah.
Patent pending. No one take that yet.
That's ours first. Okay, jumping back to Z Buki. Would you advise youth like to strictly stick to college when they're first getting out of high school, since you like have experience in both worlds, like being in high school and then also working? Like, what would you advise youth when they're trying to get into anything or their career paths?
Well, since I actually didn't graduate not too long ago, like it's been 2 years, but that's like really real close. And as I've been in both spaces, I would say look at all your options first. Like there are really good, like Buffalo Futures, a good career development program for you. I'm an apprentice with SAYS and M&T, and I looked into it before I just chose college or before I just chose not to do anything and just get a full-time job. Like, look at all your options and see what's available to you before you make any decisions.
So, on top of that then, like, what training opportunities would you like to see as a youth? Like, out in the world, like, oh, this is something that these youth will want. Because, we're 19. So, we know we got the voice. So, what do you feel would be some good training opportunities?
I feel like a lot more people want to start a business, so entrepreneurship, and then also, like, trade. Like, my best friend wants to go to cosmetology school, but there's not many in Buffalo. And then also, what was the other one? Yeah, just cosmetology school, trades, mechanics, stuff like that.
That's good. Okay, so this is to the entire team. Like, how do you feel wraparound services address like the unique differences in youth or just in people in general, and like how can we better help them with these wraparound services, or even just show them these different places or organizations?
Well, you all looking my way, so it seemed like you want to take
Well, you started moving and shaking, so I
felt like it was going to be
the
my
answer
time.
was just building up inside of you. So I was like, okay, he got it.
So
Now we can pay attention.
I would say, oh my God, now it's pressure field. Ask it one more time.
How do we like help with wraparound service and like trying to tell these youth about them? Like,
So for me, and the biggest push is making sure that everyone at the table actually has a voice and can add to the table. So not just pulling up a chair and having them sit there and not be able to say anything.
Right.
So letting youth voice be centered first, just like you said on your entrance every time on the show, and that is truly what's going to center what this work should look like,
Right.
and then also bringing the other partners to the table and utilizing their strengths. So Buffalo Futures is only 10 months. We're still growing. We're still learning certain things. Let's lean on our partners like Say Yes and the Urban League and the Foundation and TSC, the Service Collaborative. And I feel like this is an opportunity and our time to begin to set the platform for that.
so Jarrell, since you know like firsthand what challenges like families face in accessing those resources, how can we overcome those different barriers?
So I guess I'll give a little of my story. For me, having been a homeless youth into a homeless college student, so I went to college, but I went because I was a homeless youth. And I knew that I would have at least a semester of housing. I assumed that I would withdraw or drop out or get kicked out or something like that, like all of my friends and my family. But I found people like the success coaches to kind of guide me to the next space. And so what I would say is making sure to get these services out in front of the youth in a way that they can understand it. So not just giving them these big federal titles and words and say, go look at this website. They're not going to understand that. It's important for you to really take the time and put in the time to talk to them and explain this is why this service is important. Here's how it can help you. And then, frankly, I guess the role I play sometimes is uncle, big brother, dad, granddad, tyrant, whatever, but we're going to get you to the success story, right? And so that also means challenge and support. So rap support also means like, yes, we're here and we're supporting you, but we have to challenge and support. So when our youth forget to bet on themselves first, then we are here to remind them. And so that's why there's no cutoff period for when you can be connected to Buffalo Futures, because we are still trying to build that rap support service and expand it for housing, faith-based networking and support, counseling, mental health supports, and a host of others.
I will just add to that is with, like, as you mentioned, like we're reaching out and we're touching different parts of the community. It's about meeting the youth where they're at. So whether that's educationally, professionally, mentally, socially, like literally just meeting them where they're at. So if you're in a church, we coming. if you at school, we go see you there.
Yeah.
If you gotta meet your parole officer,
We'll stop there.
we can come there too.
Yeah.
Why
Like,
did
we
it sound like
gon-
an episode of Everybody Hate Chris?
We gonna meet you where you at. And I feel like a lot of times what happens is things are created and it's like, well, we're here. Come and see us.
Yeah.
Come and see us and we gonna come see you.
Yeah, you really giving one-liners. She's giving one-liners.
Where
Jamil,
you
are you
at?
catching this
I
behind
like
that?
that.
Where you at? We coming.
Come and see us, and we gonna come see you.
All right, we got to be serious.
We just being serious.
She did. She
I know this is
Real.
She ain't
I
played so
gotta
much of her
acknowledge
life.
this.
Okay, so this for everyone. Like, what are some professional goals or even personal goals that you have, and like what you want to do? And do you want to start a business? Do you want to just sit and relax? You want to own a yacht? What you want to do? Give the viewer some insight.
I don't think that anybody was made to work for real. Like,
No, for real.
you know, like work for real. But I do have like professional goals. Like everybody want to be on a yacht,
Yeah.
for like and take a 3-week, 3 months, something, a 9-month cruise with Granny now.
Ooh.
I could do that, but I gotta work for it. So yeah, I definitely feel like I want to grow professionally. I'm working on like becoming more flexible and just being able to be malleable to like my environment, not changing who I am, like my morality or anything like that, but being able to just pivot. Key word of this office is pivot. So I'm learning how to pivot and still get it done. So that's my small goal right now.
And you doing it. She just made a month today, y'all. So good
Amen.
job.
I didn't know that. Go, Nia.
Yep.
Go, Nia. Go. Okay. Z, we gonna pass it to you.
I know this about to sound crazy, but like I want to do a little bit of everything. I feel like there's so many jobs and opportunities. Like I don't want to do one thing for the rest of my life. I know, like as of right now, I really want to be a lawyer or a paralegal. Like I think it's so interesting learning about the justice system. And with me being a Black woman, I feel like there's so much I can help change it.
So
So
like
like,
some good lawyers at the Black Caucus.
I sure did.
Uh-huh.
And I just feel like there are so many different opportunities. Like I wouldn't one day if I wanted to be like a superstar or like a movie star, I would want to do that too. But I know right now I definitely want to be a lawyer.
Period.
There you go.
Don't wax
Esquire.
Here we go. Yeah, we gonna pass it to you.
Yeah, shoot.
Oh,
Okay.
y'all, she gonna go in. Just know that.
That sounds like I should go last.
And she better say the right thing too, or I'm jumping over there.
Okay.
Don't jump up.
So, professional goals and
personal,
goals?
yeah.
Okay. So professionally, just continue to reach the youth. Like I feel like I want to reach as many youth as possible, whether it's locally, nationally, globally. Like just being able to reach the youth and really impact as many youth as I can. In this position or another one, but mainly this one. And then personally, as Leah like hyped me up and gassed me up, I actually really do enjoy cooking. So
And she do, and the food is good.
Yeah,
That was the right answer we was looking for.
it's a passion of mine. So what we talked about on our way over here in the car was like the launch of my catering business. I would be doing a tasting. So just inviting all you beautiful people, and then just like showing you what I got.
Wow.
And then also another one, but I'm not gonna go too much into it because we could go off the deep end. Is I want basically to do like farm to table situation. So I would love. Well, I am because
That's
praise the Lord,
classy.
He guides me.
Period.
I'm gonna get a house and I'm gonna have land and I'm gonna have me a little farm.
I knew you was gonna say the farm.
Yeah,
I knew that. Knew that.
Yeah. I didn't want to start with the farm because last time it was it got hectic. I was like, y'all done let y'all into my house and dress.
She said with the dress and,
Yes,
and the
flowing.
leaves and
Oh, man.
And the sun. Ooh,
yeah. That's melanin.
Amen.
that's where I was meant to be in the sun.
See, I would not want to do
people to
3
sign
months. I wouldn't want to do 3 months on a yacht or any body of water or any days on any body
Or
of
he
water.
don't want to be in there. He don't know how
I'm
to
just saying.
live.
That's
I'm
because
just
you don't
saying.
know how to play shuffleboard.
Man,
You ain't never played shuffleboard before.
what is that?
You don't know the you don't know what
Let's move on. Okay,
You don't know how to ride with the waves.
I guess I don't.
You gotta learn the ergonomics.
He want to write grants and
No,
and throw events. And this is
no. This. Okay, let me tell
Change
y'all
lives.
my secret goal.
Okay.
Number one, I wanted to be a lawyer, and I started a UB law program, and I was like, oh man, first night of reading was 400 pages.
Oh God.
I'm gonna not be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna do that.
they got
But,
technology now to read to you.
I wanted to be at one point a police officer, and then I went to school for a criminal justice degree. I actually got the degree, minor in sociology. I did my first like ride along internship kind of thing, and I was like, I'm never coming back, and I didn't because I thought I would be like, it felt different to me. But I've always been obsessed with music, and so my mother was a singer, a worship leader in the church, and so music just kind of spilled into what I do, art and cultural programming. So that's something I always want to do for the rest of my life. And then I do own a production company. So for me, I guess, and not to be extra deep about it, but what I want to do for the rest of my life is help people, whether that means get them housing, food, clothing, something for their children, help them learn a new skill, trade. Like when I go from this earth and I ascend and become an ancestor, I want folks. I want to go I want to go empty. I want to give everything I have.
That's good.
I want to,
That's
you know what I mean? So I want to make sure I give
Period.
everything that I can, meaning my lived experience, my experience with being raised up in a home and seeing like abuse and things like that and being homeless. And, you know, these are experiences that I could harbor and let it turn me into something, or I can turn it out to the community and show the youth that, hey, you can still be something. But mental health support is always welcomed, you know, making sure that you have good people around you that's uplifting you. That's always a necessity. So I want to make sure that I'm teaching folks and pulling folks along the way. So as you can see, my whole staff is charismatic and, you know, also have different passions and they're growing. And so my goal is to make sure that you all get there, whether that's here forever or not. But Buffalo Futures and this work, Jarrell Mason, what I would like to do is make sure that I'm imparting as much as I can to anybody. And so I guess that's kind of like the crux of the whole program. I know we all have that goal of helping people. It's just in different ways.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was long-winded. Super long-winded.
That
but
was good, though. You
So are
did
my
that.
emails.
Natural.
The emails that he sent to himself and then sent to us.
From Jarrell to Jarrell to
If I have a
somebody
thought
else.
at 3 a.m, I got to email it to me and then, you know, forward it to y'all so that way y'all can know, like, hey, this was a thought.
Let me know about this.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Let you know
about
what you said.
He be having the thoughts at 3 a.m, emailing himself, and then he be like, "Nah, this is too important." Gets up at 4:30 in the morning and sends it anyway.
No,
So
but
it's
he's
like,
so
about
real
it.
for that.
Yeah. But you want to know something? 4 a.m. is when your brain is cooking the best. You know? No? Okay.
can't write
it
it
might
down
be
in
a
your notes.
simmer. I don't know about cooking.
Listen,
My brain be in a crock pot.
Leah, what about you?
That's insane.
Yeah, what about you?
What about you?
Why you asking us all these questions?
What's some of your aspirations after you leave?
I already know this, man. I like Tia was saying, we're helping the youth, but I'm trying to get us a house, y'all. I'm trying to get a multifamily right now to actually pair with Buffalo Future just a little bit, but in like helping like 16 to 24-year-olds that are like homeless youth get into housing and affordable housing. So I'm working right now to buy the property, so it's gonna be coming soon.
Wow.
Amen.
All right.
Yeah, because you know my
That's
mom's the real
nice.
estate agent, and so she was showing me properties, and I was like, "This gonna be good." Okay. We started looking at the houses next week, so that's one of my things, and then also just traveling, like. Atlanta, you already know. I keep saying this on every. Atlanta's my baby. I should have been born there. But I will go to Atlanta 20 times a year if I can. But just traveling, you know what I mean? Just looking at different places. I got friends everywhere. I'm just like, I'm gonna go camp with you. Where you at? Yeah, stay free here too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta get a hotel or nothing.
Yeah.
We love to travel free.
That's how you travel.
That's how you do.
And you try the foods.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so one thing I did want to tell you, because I told you, I'm like, I can't tell y'all all the things I was thinking about, right? And so I was like, when we talking about like family support and wraparound services, right? And it's like they say that it takes a village to raise a child, right? The wrap support is the village to
Yep.
raise the person. And I was like, the more wrap support you have, you will be better off. Like having housing, transportation, all these different things. And I said, that was good.
Yeah. That was good.
It was a realization.
Yourself said, That was good. You did that one.
That was just what I was thinking. But is there any like organizations that you guys want to shout out, being that like they've been helping Buffalo Futures or anyone that we're collaborating with, and that these youth can also get in touch with also for wraparound services?
Yep. I want to go back to what you said, village to raise a child or to support a youth in this case, right? Absolutely. And it takes a village to support the professionals working with those youth.
Yeah.
And so I think that's something that we don't talk enough about, which is you all need time too. You all need to be checked in with as well. And that's something that I think is very important, not just for Buffalo Futures, but for every agency, all the smaller grassroots orgs and those that are working 9 to 5s and then also taking on this heart passion work. It's us coming together as a collective and supporting each other. So maybe I have this, we are the world kind of dream, but I'm going to keep pushing it because to me, when I want to go empty, meaning connect everyone to who they need to be connected to and then see what can come from that. I'm I went on a tangent and forgot your last
It's
question.
fine. She said organizations that
Oh,
we wanna
yeah.
shout out.
Yeah, or
because-
people that have helped.
Well, we
Yeah.
first of all got to shout. Well, I first of all want to shout out my supervisor, Kate Serrata, and the Service Collaborative, who
Yep.
really works to be. And Tiara taught me the word malleable, right? Malleable with us and pivot with us, so that way we can do these new innovative things to have happen for the youth, as well as obviously the Community Foundation and those that have convened funding for this work. You know, the fact is, this takes money, no matter what. Now, we all love our jobs, but it costs to have a job, like, you know, and so it's something to where when folks put their money where their mouth is, it really, really means a lot. So I want to shout out Maria White and Felicia Beard and Betsy Constantine, Rich Florent, who takes my calls all the time and hear my complaints and all of this stuff. And then I would end my segment by saying Jamil, who's sitting behind the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Period.
it's been a real journey to like make sure that we grow the voice of Buffalo Futures. And Jamil has been instrumental
Yes.
from the start. And not to put too much out there, but Jamil made sure that we received some additional support when we were preparing to launch. And it came as a huge help. So
Yes.
shout out to you.
Yep. I'll also say a shout out to one of our collaborative partners. We're actually getting ready to go out on a conference with some youth. So I'll shout out Davone Patterson from Open Buffalo. We also would like to shout out Tech Buffalo and their team. Who else?
Best Self and Diamond Bar and
Oh,
Will.
yes.
Always coming through with the Black mental health.
Come on.
Ruth Alyssa, she helped us with our financial literacy for the Youth Advisory Council.
A
Real
4-part
good.
series.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Who you got? I know you got some people.
Say Yes Buffalo. Specifically, Stephanie Pete,
Period.
Osa, and Jennifer. Jennifer was my first support system when I was first in high school. Osa is my career coach now. She'll answer my calls at like 9 o'clock at night if I'm having issues with school or work. And Stephanie walked me through my first press conference. It was the bus tour I met Jarrell at. That was what she walked me through, and it was so nice.
Period.
You did phenomenal too.
Thank you.
And Stephanie recommended Nia to me, so she's always
get her
in my
a
book good.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Wait,
even tell my
because-
own story.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be
hold it
quiet.
up.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Hold up that
Yeah, I
book.
want to thank
We
Stephanie
know a lot
P,
about
too.
Steph.
No, but I do want to thank Stephanie P. Actually, I know this is not an organization, but I definitely want to send a shout out to our youth.
Yes.
I don't know if it's like me being a month in or something like that, but like I'm really so thankful for the youth because like they're shaping me and like they're showing me what they want and what they need and how to give it to them, how to show them how you do this, what do you need as far as this is concerned. Like they're working with me and being like understanding of me as much as I am of them. So they've led me a long way thus far. It only get better.
Yeah, we don't want to forget anybody, so I'll just do a couple more shout outs. BNP, we work
Yes.
with Catholic Charities.
Jimlo.
Jimlo, hey Jimlo. Hey Jimlo. So, and then all the people that's just helped us along the way. If you've come to our hub during our hub tours, our trusted advisor link that we were able to add onto our site, sending youth to us. So just all of the community organizations that supported us thus far and the ones that will help us in the future.
Can I
Yeah.
say one last little line on that?
Yeah.
I know that programs like this is in our city can be scary for some people because does it start and not finish? Does it, is it really going to do what it's saying it's going to do? And so for me, us throwing out these names and these organizations is us showing that we are dedicated to the work and also that there's other organizations and people dedicated to the work.
Yeah,
and
yes.
so naturally this is Buffalo
We're
Futures.
not here to replace anybody.
Right. This is Buffalo Futures platform, but we want to highlight that there's other folks that does work that maybe we can't do, but we connect with them so we can make sure that happens. So
Yeah.
it's bigger than just a shout out. It's a deep thank you for understanding that we have youth with barriers and we're here to knock those down for them. And so when Tech Buffalo came through and said, we'll come and be on the podcast, we'll come and do sessions with you, same with Best Self, I just think it shows that Buffalo is ready for this
Yes.
this program like this, and it's our time to move on it. So
That's our village.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a good point right there. Okay, lastly, time is running out, y'all. But I definitely want to talk about the events we doing for the remainder of the year, where we going, where we gonna be at. Tell the people we outside, y'all.
Yeah, it's gonna be outside.
Yeah. So where we going? Where
Well,
we
I just
at?
want to start. First things 1st. Me and Tier are out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're outside
Be outside.
for the Opportunity Youth Conference
Yes.
in Boston.
Yes. We're going to Boston.
Oh yes, and Tier gonna make sandwiches. Nice.
And I heard pasta too.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it.
But the thing is, y'all, it's real funny because whenever we ask her, she'll never want to cook for us. I told her you can take this chicken out my freezer. Okay, that's one. I know we got a few more.
No,
What's
yeah,
happening?
yeah. So we're gonna be doing. We'll be outside with Open Buffalo. The color run. Is it the third annual?
Yep.
Third annual color run. That's July 13th.
Yep.
We're gonna do
First year anniversary.
first year anniversary like event, and then also like come on out if you haven't made it to our hub. So that day will be open and we'll do tours, light refreshments, and just basically a recap of the year, and then another sincere thank you on that day as well.
Yep, that's July 25th.
Yep, July 25th.
We got a youth open house on October 30th too. The poetry slam.
That's coming up in September.
Period.
And then you want to
Say
take
it. Someone
one?
better say it.
So, we're leaving one big thing on the table purposely, and we'll circle back. That'll be its own special live taping podcast. Yep,
Trying to leave the people
But I will say, December 6th is a big date that I want folks
left that one for you.
to save the date for, because that's going to be a large community, open wide event where it's going to be a concert, a benefit concert, as well as a resource fair. And so the goal is to have youth and their families, meaning you and your mother need something. Well, all these providers will be there to help get you signed up in real time while you have fun, while you sign up with an account, while you get connected to a coach. And so with this generation and this day and time, you have to be both and. You can be fun and professional. You can be engaging and funny. This is how we're going to capture the youth and maintain them.
Yes.
And so, these events is going to go crazy. But look for your emails, everyone.
Yes.
Definitely look out. Oh my gosh, this is real good.
It was.
Yeah.
I feel like before we go, because we definitely got to go.
Sorry, Jamil. Sorry,
We
Jamil.
gotta go. We wanted to shout out our youth, and then also our book, and then we're gonna get out y'all hair.
Yes, definitely. So first we
Here's
can start
the
with our
book.
book. There you go, Nia. Tell them about that book. You got to raise it a little higher.
This book,
Yep, there you go.
this book is called "The Power to Change" by Craig Groeschel.
And that is from the Second Chapter Bookstore. Stephanie P. That's where we get all of our books. If you need a book, go to them. Okay.
Stephanie P. and Lisa Queener.
Yes.
We're gonna be in the park.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be reading in the park with
We
them.
have so much going
Yeah,
on, y'all.
Make sure
You'll
you
see
check
it in the
just gonna see
Facebook
us.
post.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
definitely.
you inside, you not with us because we outside.
Oh, my God.
Okay, and also, y'all, one of our youth from our Youth Advisory Council just got her GED, y'all.
Yes. Congratulations.
Period. We are moving
Congratulations,
up.
Kelly.
We moving
Kelly.
up. You can't
Kayla,
say.
Lord.
We going up professionally.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell y'all. All of our youth getting big wins, big money. No. But I just want to thank everyone for coming on today, joining us. I know this is really good, allowing the viewers to see all of us, together and how we would act in the office. But this was fun. Thank you all for coming on and watching us. Until next time, see you in the future.
See you in the future.